talk about what linear equations are and why they matter. A linear equation is simply an equation of a straight line when graphed. Linear equations model many everyday situations, from calculating travel time and budgeting to even scaling recipes. By understanding how to solve these equations, you'll gain a powerful tool for solving practical problems. Let's start with a simple one-step equation. Look at this equation, x plus 3 equals 5. Here the goal is to isolate the variable x. To do that, we need to undo the addition of 3 by doing the opposite operation, which is subtraction. So we subtract 3 from both sides of the equation. When we do that, we get x equals sine 2. The concept here is simple. Whatever you do to one side, you must also do to the other. It's like keeping both sides of a scale balanced. Once we isolate x, we've solved the equation. This same technique works with other one-step equations, whether it involves addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. Try to visualize it as a balance and practice isolating x by undoing the operations step by step. Now let's move on to something a bit more challenging, multi-step equations. Take a look at this example. 2x plus 3 equals 11. Here we have a few steps to isolate x. First, we'll start by addressing the addition of 3. To undo it, we subtract 3 from both sides, which gives us 2x equals 8. Now, we're down to a simpler equation, but we're not quite done yet. The next step is to isolate x by dividing both sides by 2. This leaves us with x equals 4. Notice how we broke the equation into smaller steps to make it easier to solve, tackling one operation at a time. By breaking down multi-step equations, you can handle more complex problems without feeling overwhelmed. Remember, just like with the one-step equations, always perform the same operation on both sides of the equation. Now that you've seen how to solve both one-step and multi-step equations, it's time to put that knowledge into practice. Here's the first problem to try on your own. First, solve the one-step equation. X minus 5 equals 7. Pause the lesson now. When you are finished, press play again to see the solution. Let's review the solution together. Starting with the one-step equation, x minus 5 equals 7. To isolate x, we add 5 to both sides. That gives us x equals 12. If you got this, great job. Now try the multi-step equation, 3x plus 2 equals 11. Pause the lesson now. When you are finished, press play again to see the solution. Now, onto the multi-step equation, 3x plus 2 equals 11. First, subtract 2 from both sides to get 3x equals 9. Then, divide both sides by 3 to isolate x, leaving us with x equals 3. Multi-step equations can seem intimidating, but by breaking them down and handling each operation one at a time, they become much more manageable. You've just completed a key milestone in mastering linear equations. In this lesson, we covered both one-step and multi-step equations, learning to isolate the variable and solve each equation step by step. Remember these tips. Keep both sides of the equation balanced, use inverse operations to simplify, and take your time working through each step. You're now ready to tackle more problems on your own. Congratulations on your progress so far.